What's going on, people? Darden here, bringing you some Injustice today. Today we're going to be playing Injustice. Justice came out last week, and I must say I am a fan. It is a really good game. I'm going to give you three things, the good, the badass, and the ugly. Now, this is something new. I wanted to do a review, but I want to do something a little bit different. Just three major points, and you can decide if you want to pick up the game or not from then. Now, I know this is like super late, but I'm a regular guy, so I don't get like advanced copies or none of that stuff, and I like to at least play the game a little bit before I just jump to conclusions or try to rush something out. So I have played a little bit. I'm going to jump into some ranked matches while I'm playing, so if I'm a little bit all over the place, forgive me ahead of time. And again, I just want to thank you guys for joining me. I haven't put out anything in a few days, so I do apologize for that. I do have some more For Honor content and maybe even some Tekken 7 stuff. If you guys are interested in that, just let me know. But back to For Honor, I'm going to give you my good, the badass, and the ugly of the game. Now, first of all, the good. So,
fighters approaching Atlanta.
I mean, the first one's pretty obvious. You get to play as some of your favorite DC heroes. And if you are a fan of Batman, Superman, Robin, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, any of those, you're going to enjoy this game at least to some degree. So another great thing about it is the graphics, the way it looks. I mean, it is a beautiful game by many standards, and the facial animations are top notch. So I think that is, I mean, some of the best facial work that I've seen in a while. As you see me kind of getting my ass handed to me here by this Aquaman, who's a very strong character. So good games to that guy. I'm really just trying out Robin. I'm not he's not my main or anything, but I do enjoy playing as Robin. I do enjoy pulling off some of his tougher combos. But back to the good of the game. Like I was saying, you get to play as some of your favorite DC heroes, and like I said, I'm just going to be coming off the cuff here, so if I stutter a little bit, forgive me. So you get to play as some of your favorite DC heroes. You also have the graphics, the way the game looks, the way the game plays. It is amazing. Now, let's move right on to the badass. The things that I felt were the most badass about the game was certainly the gear system. It's really what, for me, has been sustaining a lot of the playability. Now, this is just outside of even the online, which has been amazing. I have two different setups in my house. I have a Wi-Fi setup for some games, and I have a wired connection for some games. So I was playing this on my Wi-Fi setup, and I mean, it was smooth. It worked, and I just think that's badass. A lot of games can learn from that. NetherRealm Studios, or the guys who make Mortal Kombat, they've been around for a long time. They've made a lot of fighting games, and the first Injustice had a lot of connection issues, and they seem to have gotten it right. And I just think that is one of the most badass things about the game, because that alone extends the life cycle of the game. If you have a game that can be played, I mean, there's some games out there that I won't even mention. You guys should know what I'm talking about. That the connection is so bad that it's really hard to even play. So it's good to see this game where you can actually jump in a few games, get a decent to great connection. Like, I really haven't had too many really bad connections. There have been a few, but nothing they've been few and far between, and they are quite rare for me. And like I said, this was on a Wi-Fi setup, and I do have pretty good internet, but even if you don't, I think you would have at least a decent enough time playing this game, as Cheetah just rips my face open. And then there are times where I said, let me go ahead and hook it up to the wired connection, just so I won't even experience any of those things. And let me tell you, I haven't had any connection issues. I think I had a little bit of lag on one match that I put up, that I streamed. There was some lag, but other than that, man, it runs beautifully, and I think outside of that, and not only just playing with your favorite characters and things like that, but that is just one of the most badass things about the game. When the game can get that right, I think you got a good thing going. The other badass things about it is, like I said, the gear, man. The gear is sick. It is amazing. I mean, some of the things just completely changed the way your character looks. It changed, some of it even changed the way your character plays. You get new abilities, new modes, and it just adds so much replayability to the game. And I think that blows my mind, because it makes you think, why aren't all these other fighters doing it? Not only just fighters, but games in general. Why don't they have more content? And I mentioned Tekken 7 earlier, and that is another one that I have not played yet, but looking at all the reviews and things like that, a lot is said about how much just content is in the game. And so hopefully not only fighters, but other games in general start to take on this mold. And I'm an old school gamer, so I've been playing games for a long time. I'm an older guy. I always tell you guys I'm the old guy of YouTube, the old young guy of YouTube. And the thing is, I'm used to playing games just for the fun. And back then, though, it seemed like the games had a lot more content. There were things that you can discover. There were secrets and all kind of stuff to unlock. And you kind of lost that with these new generation of games. With the new stuff, you kind of have to pay for everything, which there's a little bit of that here. But, nothing too crazy. Nothing that you won't be able to get at a later date. It's just mostly just, if you want something early. But even the shaders and things like that you can get can all be earned, and I think that is amazing. So, now to the ugly. And I must say, there really isn't a lot of bad that I can say about this game. The only thing that I will say is that there is a steep learning curve. If you are not someone who has played the first Injustice, or you haven't played MKX, things like that, you might have a really hard time, especially against some of these better players. I mean, sometimes you can barely get a hit on them, man. And I'm a person who played a little bit of Injustice, but I played a lot of Mortal Kombat X. And the only reason and they play very different, but so the only reason I really mentioned them is because they kind of have the same mechanics as far as learning combos and juggling and learning what can punish and things like that. But if you want to be good at this game, it's gonna take practice, and a lot of people may not want to put in that kind of time. So that's kind of one of the ugly things about it, if you ask me. And again, you have to understand where I'm coming from. I'm a regular guy. I don't expect a crazy amount for my game, but I want to get what I paid for. If I pay for something, or if I want to know that I got that. And I'll be okay. Some people, they have what I believe to be unrealistic expectations for games sometimes. They want all this craziness, and you just got to understand that that's not gonna happen. So as I fight Gorilla Groove here, see if I can get a win. Man, I'm just going all over the place. Okay, so we got him with the Batarang, or the Robberang, whatever you want to call it. So that is one of the negative aspects of it, if you even want to call it negative. That's just one of the main things that stick out to me. I'm not really a nitpicky person, so if you're one of these nitpicky persons, maybe you shouldn't take my thoughts into consideration, because those are the things you have to consider when listening to a reviewer. That's what I try to do. I try to listen to what a person is saying, but I always want to know where they're coming from. So for me, I'm big on cosmetics. I'm attracted to things that look good. So off the bat, this game was something that attracted me because it looked great. Now, if you don't care about looks or things like that, then that may take away some of the fun from you. That may take away some of the allure of the game. But for me, it looked great, so I was like, you know what? That's already a plus for me. I'm definitely gonna get it. If it was an ugly looking game, I don't know if I would have got it. I'm just going to be honest. Everybody could have said it's great, but if it was like stick figures on there playing, it could have had the best gameplay ever. I probably wouldn't have gotten it. So, you know, when you're talking about me as a person who likes, you know, things that look good and a great visual representation of, you know, your favorite comic book heroes and things like that, then yeah, you know, I'll appreciate what it has to offer a little bit more than say your average person. And I keep dropping that combo, you know. I keep dropping that combo. So those are just the things. And just remember, guys, you know, when I do a review or things like that, just a regular guy, man. I like games. You know, I like to play for fun. I know some of you out there, you know, live and die for games. And I keep dropping that combo. Why am I not doing more damage on that though? Does he have like extra defense or something like that? Because usually I get like at least 30% on that combo, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe I'm not landing the first hit or something. Anyway, so if there was an ugly thing about it, I would say that. Another thing is, you know, zoners. There are a lot of zoners in this game, man. If you wanna at least be decent at the game, just learn how to hold back. Hold back. You know, like this guy's just doing this, backing up. You know, 90% of your matches are gonna be guys backing up, you know, running away from you so that they can shoot lightning or some other bullshit. Hopefully I can get my combo, man. I can't even do my move. No. So those are the things. So you got, you know, the learning curve is kind of steep, and then you also have the spammers, man. People who are gonna sit back, like you see, just backing up, man. I'm telling you, most of your games, that's what you're gonna have. That's what you're gonna have, guys. Just backing up. Woo! Did his trait killed me? Wow. Okay. So that's pretty much all I got as far as the good, the bad, and the good, the badass, and the ugly. I will have more structured reviews like this of my favorite games. Just 3 quick things, and you guys can decide if you want it or not, or if you're on the fence about it, or whatever the case may be, and you can go from there. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and I have a lot more Injustice stuff coming up. I have some more For Honor stuff, and like I said, maybe some Tekken content also. In general, I'm just a huge gamer. I love playing games. I love playing everything. If an MMO comes out, you might see some of that on the channel. So don't be surprised to see just a bit of everything. I know there are a lot of people out there who specialize in stuff. I don't really specialize in them, man. I specialize in just playing everything. That's my specialty. So if you're into that, if you are like me and you just have a wide interest or a broad interest in a lot of things, go ahead and sub to the channel, man. And I'll see you next video. Thanks again for watching. Later.